There, this is Dianne Hanks, and I do have one more little segment in this small series about nutrition and your body and what's going on inside. And I am famous for inside out makeovers, and this is the literal part inside. That's not just about emotion, but actually what's going on inside your pipes, your colon, and all that stuff. And there are some topics that some people really feel uncomfortable about, and I don't have the luxury of not taking this opportunity. I really I just want to make sure that I address everything that I possibly can to assist in the journey of wellness, health, nutrition, and getting your body to its optimum state. And so if I failed to mention this particular thing that I'm going to, which is about a colonic hydrotherapy session, then I feel I would be remiss. And the reason I feel that way is because on my own journey, and you know, if you haven't figured this out by now, I'm not only the hair club president, I'm also the client. Remember that commercial? What I'm saying is, when I talk about makeovers, I'm my biggest makeover. I have gone through all of this. I'm going through all of it. I still am in my own path of transformation, and I expect I always will be. And it doesn't mean that I'm not loving life, that I'm not happy with who I am. It just means that I am on a continual, joyful path of enlightenment and discovery and self-improvement. And I am especially enjoying it because I get to share it with people who may be, a few steps behind me. But how can you help somebody if you're not on higher ground? How can you lift someone if you're not up a little bit higher? I think about all the people who helped me. I helped them in other ways, but they helped me, and they couldn't have unless they were, if they had been on that path. And so this particular topic, I want you to know that I have researched this. I've studied it. I've lived it. And I wouldn't recommend it if I couldn't recommend it to my dad or my sister or my best friend. And so, at the risk of talking about something that may be a little bit uncomfortable for some, I'm more interested in making sure that I'm very thorough and offering many different avenues that perhaps may not have crossed your mind, because I know they hadn't crossed mine. It was only when I honestly pleaded and I surrendered, and I just remember just saying, oh, please help me. Send me the resources that I need to conquer this. Give me the people, give me the desire, give me, please, I just seriously, I was almost in tears, asking for the kind of guidance that I knew I needed, but I didn't know what it was. And so then, almost immediately, within, 3 or 4 days, I had several different people pointing to me this thing about colonic hydrotherapy. And so I was able to do lots of research on it and actually find a person who was near me. So before I forget, incidentally, I realize that a lot of people who are my viewers are worldwide, are United States wide, and I live in the Los Angeles area. And so I'm going to give you a resource in my area, but if you know somebody in your area who's a qualified clinician who does this, please let me know so I can post it. If you're in Oklahoma or Arkansas or Wisconsin or Florida or Georgia or any of the states, and you know somebody who is good at what they do, I would like to support them and give my viewers as many resources as possible, and then they can give their feedback as to how the experience went. It's kind of an interesting topic because some people are frightened by it. I know I was. I didn't even know anything about it, but it's about how to kickstart, to flush out your colon in a professional way that makes it, more so than, say, an enema. And what happens is your pipes, because of the foods and stuff that we eat that are refined, and your body doesn't know what to do with it, and it's kind of like, I think I mentioned it in one of my other things, it's like these pipes when they get coated with this tar stuff, and so it really minimizes the absorption when you do have nourishing foods. So the nutrients, vitamins you have, it just gets pushed through too, because they can't get through this tar-like substance that's on the walls of your colon. So this allows it to actually loosen it up, flush it out, and start fresh, and literally release the old so that you can welcome the new. And so the other video that I did about affirmations, that is sort of a companion to this, it's a very emotional thing too, to sort of put yourself in this vulnerable state and realize, this is the old me. I'm getting rid of the old me, and I'm welcoming a new me. So kind of exciting. The lady who I went to go see just was so comforting and so put me at ease, and the whole experience was not painful, it was not gross, it was really fascinating. It was totally fascinating. And I went to it as more of a student, and so I was a little bit scared, but not a whole lot, and she made it so easy for me. I mean, just so easy. It was, the lights were dimmed, it was kind of like a nice spa experience, and understanding what I was doing made it even more so. And I think I probably asked more questions than most people do, and I probably wouldn't ask that many the next time I go, but I really knew that I would be a resource to help other people, and so I asked a lot of questions that maybe some other people wouldn't ask if they're just going for themselves. So, but anyway, it was really quite fascinating. There was just this little bed in there. He put on this hospital gown. She inserted this pipe, and there was warm distilled water. And then there was this on the right, there was this lit box with these two tubes in it that kind of looked like fluorescent light bulbs, but clear. And one was, the distilled warm water coming in, and one was the stuff that was going out. And it was really just fascinating. And then she would like press on different parts of your body, and more stuff would come. And I mean, it was really, really fascinating. So, and it's recommended to do it twice a year. Like, say, when you get your teeth cleaned, that you also clean your insides. Clean your teeth, clean your insides. And I think maybe twice a year, but minimum once a year I think would be great. Also, I have a gift certificate, and her clinic is in Los Angeles area. So if you live by me, I would love to gift you with that. I do have one. So one of my lucky viewers will be able to get that. It's worth $90. And please let me gift you with that so that you can get a kickstart on the rest of your new life. Also, I have another resource, a book that Talia gave me, and a little bit light reading for the reading room. I read this in public. I took it with me to the game. I would take it with me to the gym or whatever, and people would look like, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you all about it." So have a sense of humor. I mean, just have a sense of humor. There was some amazing chapters in here about what goes on with your colon, and pictures, and there's just illustrations about all kinds of stuff. But it's worth trying. It's worth opening up your mind and your heart and seeing if it's something that will be a successful boost for you to get started. When I went, I didn't eat. I think I told you that for a day or two before. And so everything that was flushed out of me was not anything that I had eaten. It was stuff that was in there for a long time. And I lost about 5 pounds, I think. And you know, famous people, Elvis Presley, John Wayne, their colons were so enlarged that they were like 50 or 60 pounds. I mean, if you see pictures, it's so gross. I mean, it's so gross. They were just huge. And that can't be good for you to be carrying around all that stuff. So take care of it. Try it. Just try it. Let me know what happens. And pass this information along to somebody that you think may benefit from it. Because, you know, when you're overweight, when you're feeling not your best you, it's because your body's not functioning the way it's designed to. It's not in its optimum state. So all of these things that I'm helping to share you with, it's going to assist you to get your body in that optimum state. So why not try it? What have you got to lose? You know, try it. And let me know what happens. I'm Dianne Hanks.